interrupt this program to bring you
Nick Whoa, Cage!
All right, everybody. My name's Kevin.
And I'm John.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Julie.
And we are the Real Movie Guys. And it's time, ladies and gentlemen. The Real Cage Match bracket tournament continues on. Today, we're going to be talking about Moonstruck versus Vampire's Kiss. And it's a battle, ladies and gentlemen. Right here, we have two performances, which I think are very interesting. I kind of wanted these two to go up against each other, not because they're similar in tone, because God knows that isn't true. The reason these kind of went up against each other is they were very early on in Nicolas Cage's career, and I think it gave us a good idea of what was to come for his career, right? We saw Moonstruck, where we could see that serious actor where he was still a little zany, but he knew his performances could get him to Oscar and, Academy Award nominated gold, which it does. And then Vampire's Kiss, on the other hand, we saw the polar opposite of Nicolas Cage, to where, oh my God, what is he doing? This man shouldn't be acting. And, I think that's what makes Nicolas Cage such an economic actor to be enthralled with, I think, a lot of the time, because he is that crazy to where he can either knock your socks off with a performance or knock your socks off for a completely opposite reason. But again, today we're talking about Moonstruck and Vampire's Kiss. Adam, I'm sorry, man. I'm going to make you go first here. Which one do you think should continue on? What is your nomination?
I have no idea. I'm struggling here because
make your case for both, because it seems like you kind of like both, so I kind of want to hear where you're coming from.
This is like where, we talked about it the last time, where this is good cagey versus bad caginess, all right?
Okay, right.
So, and then I started thinking, did Nicolas Cage take the role for Vampire's Kiss because he wanted to show people like, listen, I can do crazy, which maybe that's how he got, further roles down the line.
Yeah.
So I don't really, and then obviously we have Moonstruck here, which kind of solidified him in his acting career, because, it's one of his biggest, one of the, I guess, bigger starting points for him was Moonstruck. It's like, I'm not entirely sure yet.
It's weird, because think of his versatility for a moment. If we just really put it into that perspective, where this is a rom-com, and then the other is like a horror drama, whatever it is, and then we just had him in an action movie previously in our other reviews. This man's in every genre. Somehow he is able to adapt to every genre. He's a chameleon of acting. Whether it's good or not is a whole nother discussion, but he does it for better or worse. And
he continues to do that with every other movie that he's had.
Right, and a lot of the ones we're going to talk about, he doesn't like to settle for one genre of movie. I think even more recently he was in he had a couple horror movies, and then he was in he's just in a Western, I think, that just came out this year. What the hell is Nicolas Cage doing in a Western? I never would have expected that. It's just one of those weird things as an actor. But Adam, I really want you to. So what are you thinking? What is your gut telling you? You don't have to give me a full commitment, but what are you kind of leaning towards?
I really, really want to put forward Moonstruck, but I don't know if I can. Okay. I just, it's tough. It's tough.
Okay.
I think. You know what? I think I'm going to go with Moonstruck.
Okay, you can always change.
I think I am.
You can always change.
I'll hear out everybody else's arguments, but
right.
I'm going to stick with Moonstruck for right now.
So Adam's feeling Moonstruck. All right, I can appreciate where you're standing from. John, what's up, man? What are you thinking?
What's up?
I think I know where you're already going to land, but we have to do this anyway. So tell me, what are you thinking?
Well, see, when I first started thinking about this, I was like, all right, two movies I don't like, but then I figure you have to pick the cagiest movie, and I gotta go with Moonstruck.
Moonstruck, okay. And what is leaning you towards Moonstruck? Do you think it's because of his performance, or what are you thinking?
I felt like his performance was better, and I felt like all around I could see more of the Nicolas Cage in that movie than I could in Vampire's Kiss.
Okay, Vampire's Kiss was just too much for you? Is that what it was? Just wasn't
too much. Too much craziness. Too much weirdness. But maybe that's Nicolas Cage. I don't know.
All right,
but
buddy.
I'd go with Moonstruck.
All right, Moonstruck it is. All right, Julie. Looks like you're the last one here before I have to give my opinion. Oh, boy. What are you thinking? What are you landing with this?
Moonstruck 100%. It's just the better movie all around, the better performance. I know it's that debate of do you go with like the cagey, the zanier version of him? But I think, the past bracket that we did, the better movie, the better performance. So if we're sticking with that logic, it's Moonstruck.
Yeah, and that's what's I think the toughest thing about this series, because sometimes you just got to throw logic out the window, which maybe is Nicolas Cage's career in general. And that's kind of where I'm at with this, which I really didn't think I would be. My nominee, even though I'm already 3-1 here, I'm going to want to push Vampire's Kiss forward on this one. The reason why is simply that as much as Moonstruck is a really fantastic movie, I mean, hell, I gave it a 9 out of 10. I gave it one of the highest scores for the review, so that should tell you right there. And then Vampire's Kiss, I gave one of the lowest scores next to John's terrible score. Mine was a 5 out of 10 for that movie. Vampire's Kiss, I think, is just so batshit insane, no pun intended. I think I'm going to I remember it more. And I hate to say that because Moonstruck is a fantastic movie. And maybe there is something to be said about bad movies in general with that regard, right? For every Moonstruck and Fantastic Academy Award nominated film, I'll remember 3 Vampire Kisses before I'll remember 1 Moonstruck. I think that's where I'm kind of standing at. Vampire's Kiss is, again, for as bad as it is, I'm going to joke about it all the time now. I'm going to be going A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I'm going to be reciting my alphabet like that. And every time I misfile a file at work, I'm going to be making the reference to that. I never misfiled anything. Not once, not ever. Like, I'm going to remember that. The weird conversations with his psychiatrist where he's doing an accent that makes God knows no sense between surfer guy, billionaire Nicolas Cage. And he's just like, I hooked up this girl in the body. Like what is that voice? And just there's so many things in that movie, for as uncomfortable and awkward as that movie is. I think Vampire's Kiss is just so goddamn cagey. I can't resist but want to push it forward. And that's kind of where my stance is with this one.
Damn it.
Oh no, I didn't. Did I do it? Tell me I did it.
The fact that you said that you would remember Vampire's Kiss more, it makes so much sense because it's true. I'm going to remember Vampire's Kiss more than Moonstruck.
And we're going to talk about it for years to come. For as bad as at this moment right now, when we're talking about this series down the line, years in private conversation, and I'm sure as hell in video conversation, we will reference Vampire's Kiss before we'll ever reference Moonstruck.
You're absolutely correct.
And we're going to make those jokes every single time. About wandering like a guy with blood all over his shirt in the street, holding a plank of wood going, "Scale me, stab me through the heart, please." Like a hobo. We're going to remember all those scenes before we'll remember one scene in Moonstruck. I mean, yeah, we have the memorable line of his first meeting in that movie, but it's Vampire's Kiss, man. That whole movie is just one giant meme and joke waiting to be talked about.
That's true. That is very true. Vampire's Kiss definitely has more memes going around than Moonstruck does. So, yeah. I mean, if we're basing it off of memes alone.
Culture.
But not even just popular culture. I think because it is, like you said, it's so bad it's good. I think it just really kind of stands over Moonstruck in just that kind of way. I really think it does. So we're going to go to our final casting votes here. I'm going to give my final vote for Vampire's Kiss to proceed forward. Adam, you're the next one. Where are you standing? What are you pushing forward?
I'm going to push forward Vampire's Kiss.
Vampire's Kiss. All right. That's 2. John, how about you, man? What are you pushing forward?
I will never push forward Vampire's Kiss ever. So I go Moonstruck every day of the week.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't win them all over. Julie, how about you? Which one?
Moonstruck, hands down. It's the most attractive Nick Cage has ever been. Better performance, better movie, Moonstruck.
Wow. So we have something a little unprecedented here, which Julie's going to set this up for us now. Just in case this was going to happen, we have the first ever tie in the series. There's 4 of us, which I guess that's bad. We should have probably had 5 people for the review. That way we could have, avoided a tie. And, unfortunately our engagement isn't as big. I would like to let the viewers decide how to choose this, but we're going to have to do it for you because we want to keep the series moving on for you. So what Julie's going to do is she's going to be pulling up.
I did set this up so I have Moonstruck and Vampire's Kiss on here. What I have seen other people do in the past is that they also they put each thing in there twice.
Okay.
So they each kind of have double the chance. So it's up to you guys, right? We can leave it as is, or I can add in.
Let's add in. Let's make it a little bit spicier. We'll give it a few
Okay.
more
I agree.
chances here.
I agree.
You know,
Alright,
we want this
perfect.
fair. We don't want any people in the comments coming at us being like, "Oh, you didn't give it a fair
Just
chance."
one more each for each movie, like this.
Yeah, I think that's
You guys
fair.
can see it still.
I can see it.
Yeah, that looks good.
All right.
All right, perfect.
All right, let's let the magic wheel of caginess spin. Come on,
Let's
Vampire's
see.
Kiss, Vampire's Kiss. Come on. Don't make me a fool. Oh, more of a fool than I already am.
No, wait, hold on. It's still spinning.
Oh,
No!
Ladies and gentlemen, the right movie has won.
No!
Vampire's Kiss will proceed to the next
Boo.
round.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go play the lottery.
Sorry, guys. Sometimes you can't win them all, but sometimes you can. And me and Adam, we got what we wanted. So,
Adam, how dare you?
I am sorry, but it makes sense.
Betrayal.
I'm pretty good sometimes. Sometimes I can just move people the right way. What can I say? But yeah, Vampire's Kiss is going to proceed on to the next round, where it's actually going to do battle with The Rock. That's going to be an interesting battle, and we have to talk about it. But we'll save that for the next video. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this special episode of the Bracket Tournament for Real Cage Match. We'll see you next time. If you guys like what you've seen here today, consider giving this video a like and leaving your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to stay up to date with everything Real Movie Guys related, make sure to hit that subscribe button and check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And don't forget, all you audio listeners at home, we are available on many podcasting platforms. Just search The Real Movie Guys, you should pop right up. Thank you again all so much for joining us on this episode of The Real Review. We are The Real Movie Guys. Real guys, real movies, real thoughts. Catch you next time.